Hey everyone, Matt here with another edition of Ask Ron. Ron, how you doing today?
Well, I'm actually right in the middle of a quick start real estate school here in Jacksonville. We've got a room full of excited people in there, and we're doing some deals. So, I'm having fun.
Sounds like it. All right,
A lot better in here than it is outside anyway.
That is for sure.
Must be 120 degrees out there. No,
At least.
not really.
Well,
But
with the heat index, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, our first question of the day is from Francois, who is up in Canada.
Okay.
Francois says, "Hi Ron, I understand that you are still purchasing properties.
Yep.
Where did you get most of the leads for the properties you purchased in the last 6 months?"
Geez, that question is about that wide. Well, I tell you, nowadays, actually in my boot camp manual there, I've got a whole page of people that you can outsource to generate leads for you, companies, and then they charge you by the lead, but they're qualified leads. You're a member of the Gold Club, so you should be getting some of those. I'm not sure they do them in Canada or not, though. And then there's a whole bunch of free things you can do, or close to free. For example, running ads online. I got a gal in the room today, one of our mentors. She put a house she's got for sale on a Facebook marketplace this morning, and she's already had over 600 hits on that house.
Wow.
Up in northern Indiana. So you got to use all of the free stuff for both buying and selling, and Facebook Marketplace is a big one. And then all the websites where you list houses on. I mean, you can go hunt them down and have VA call them for you. So, I mean, it's endless actually. Signs on your vehicles, signs on the side of the road, bandit signs. But running free ads all over the internet is free. Our VA will do that for you as well. But then there's paid ads. A lot of our customers get great deals from Facebook and Google paid ads that they run. So I don't know if you've been to my boot camp or not, but I suggest you get to my 4-day quick start school. And I'm doing a virtual one in August. And I'm doing another live one here in September, I think, and another one in October. I don't know. Go on my website, ronlegrand.com, or the Gold Club site, and you'll get our schedule.
All right. Moving on to the next question, we have Tony and Angie Stewart up in Ohio.
Yeah.
They
I'm heading there Monday, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They already mentioned they're going to be at the Quick Start in September.
Okay, good.
All right, their question is, in the rare cases when we have to pay a down payment to save a good deal, can I negotiate that for that payment to be paid out of the non-refundable down payment once I have a tenant buyer in place?
You can negotiate anything you want, but that probably doesn't strengthen your case much. And if you were to do that, you, number one, need the house under contract before you advertise it, and then you need the seller's cooperation. And that means that the seller's going to learn that you're going to go get a bunch of big money out of a tenant buyer, and that might make him decide not to do it. So those are your chances. Frankly, if you need to buy it and put money down, I'd rather raise the money, buy it, and then it's vacant, and then I have total control of showing it, because you're putting yourself under pressure trying to sell it before you buy it. And then, of course, you try to show it. Show it with the people in the house. I've done that quite a while, but I tell you, it's a tough road to hoe. Today, I'm not going to advertise the house till I get total control and the house is vacant. So I don't know how much money you need to raise, but I promise you, it won't be that hard if you open your mouth and you got a deal worth doing. Put on a Visa or MasterCard. I did a lot of those back in the day. And then pay it back don't forget to pay it back when you get the down payment though.
All right. There you go, guys. Our next question is from Ben in Indiana.
Okay.
Ben says, I purchased a property subject to the current mortgage and sold it on a land contract wrap. My land contract requires my land contract buyer to have insurance. Would the policy be in the land contract buyer's name with the mortgagee?
Yep. You're the second mortgagee and the underlying lender is the first mortgagee. And they absolutely are required. In fact, you should have never given them the keys until that policy is in place. Because the insurance I don't know what insurance you got on it now, but to be honest with you, even if it's insured for you right now, and the house burnt to the ground, the insurance company can make a case they don't have to pay. Because the policy is no longer in effect when you don't own the house anymore.
Well, there you go, Ben. Next time.
So force them to go get insurance. It's part of their land contract.
All right.
Now, we got a lot of noise here. I understand that. In fact, I got Jay Connor behind me here teaching people how to get private money. So I don't know how much of that's coming through.
I think they're hitting it good. All right. Our next question is from Fernando in Connecticut. Fernando says, to avoid probate, is it sufficient to have a revocable grantor trust, or should we also establish a living trust?
Yes, both. Both. Your trust, it depends on, frankly, your trust will, the land trust alone will avoid probate because nobody knows one of the people in it died and it's business as usual and just keep on going. But, you know, there's a lesson on the Go Club site called 4 LLCs, I think. You really need to go review that. In fact, I'm about to do it live for this group. And I'll explain to you what entities you need and what role the land trust plays in it and how to protect yourself against predators. And also build your estate plan at the same time.
That's right. There you go, Fernando. All right. Moving on to the next question, we have Nathaniel in Virginia. Nathaniel says, hi Ron, you have said in a previous training that there is a seller with a VA loan. If you purchase the property subject to that, the seller might not be able to get approved for another loan because he might not have enough income to cover the payment. Also, that he wouldn't be able to claim more than 75% more than the debt. I think this is in regards to a lease option. Could you clarify?
On a lease option, he cannot use the total rent you're paying him. But on a subject to, I don't know of lenders that won't let him use it when he actually owns the property. So you're just going to have to check lender by lender on that one because it's the lender rules and it ain't got anything to do with the law or anything.
Yep. Got to shop around a little bit. All right. Moving on to the next question. We have Marco, who is with us in Florida. Marco's question is, I was telling my parents all of the benefits of putting their property into a land trust.
Good luck with that one.
Well, they agreed and they told me to do it for them. I have the agreement, but the things I'm unsure about are what exactly do I write so they can continue with their homestead exemption, and will the insurance on the house currently have any issues?
Insurance on the house will not have any issues. There's no need for them to even change it. However, they could call the insurance company and just tell them to add the trustee's name as trustee to the policy. And that would cover any of that. As to the other question, you should start by going on the Go Club site and punch the resources button. No, punch the training button and go up top and put in land trust, and you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff, including a lesson on land trust, which answers the question you just asked. But what was the question? I know it'll avoid probate for you. What was the other question? I can't even remember.
The homestead exemption.
Oh yeah. Here's what you do on your deed. When you fill out the deed, you put the legal description up there, and then right below it you put the beneficial interest of this trust resides in the home as their principal residence. The beneficial interest of this trust lies in the home as their principal residence, right under the legal, right on the deed. And you should not have any trouble. Look, I live in Florida. You know, my houses have been homesteaded for as long as I've had houses. And I've never had a problem with it. In fact, in Florida, you know, they send you a card every year. And if you don't send the card back, homesteading stays on the house. So if it's homesteaded now, you put it in a trust, you shouldn't even have any problem with it, but just in case, put that underneath the legal and you won't have any problem with it. And if you do have a problem with it, whoever's telling you got a problem doesn't have any idea what they're talking about. So you need to just get to somebody else. In any government office, you put 5 people side by side and ask them the same question, you get 5 different answers. All right. Told you it was noisy.
Just a little. Well, there you go, Marco. Hopefully that helps. All right, Ron, we've come to our last question of the day. This is from Keith. He does not give his state, but Keith says, I'm one of your older students and have both the pretty house and ugly house systems, and just wanted to know if these systems are still good to use to make money with.
Yes, they are, but you need to upgrade, man. They don't even exist anymore because it's all combined into one boot camp, which we're doing right now. And then I have a terms course, which I just re-recorded. And then I have a wholesale course, and then I have a rehabbing course. They've replaced all of that archaic stuff that you're using. So since I can't remember what's in those courses, I can't truly comment. I know they need updated because we got all, look, you got to change with the times. The times change, the market changes, the laws changes, and you got to keep up with it. And those courses have got to be 10 years old, at least, maybe even more. Because, you know, I've combined it and doing this quick start school, I don't even know how long. I'm at least 10 years.
Yep, that's right.
We used to break them down and have a pretty house boot camp and an ugly house boot camp. That's 2 trips, so I combined them in one trip.
Let's do it all at once. Yep, Keith, sounds like you need to upgrade. All right, Ron, that's all the questions we have for today.
All right, guys, I'm sure you've heard about the summit coming up, the Great American Real Estate Summit coming up first week of August, which starts on the 2nd, and it's free. So if you haven't already signed up, go sign up because I got a lot of good stuff coming into that one. In fact,
that's right.
I just talked to one of the guys that I'm going to introduce you to. This guy came to my commercial boot camp, and since he got out, he's bought over $100 million worth of commercial property.
Wow.
I mean, I can't wait for you to meet this guy. He's going to be an inspiration big time. You should see my letter I got from him. In fact, it's so good, we blew it up, put it on the wall of the building. All the things he did, he's bought a house for his mom, he's taken his mom on a trip, and in other words, all of his lifelong dreams, he acquired. He's making a ton of money right now. He started in the, what did he say he started as? I can't remember.
Was it a policeman? A
Yeah,
cop?
he was a cop. Then he went into the buy and rehab houses business, and then he went into the commercial business. And he's filthy, stinking rich. And I want you to meet him. And there's quite a few people I want you to meet in there. But I got a lot of subject matter in there that you need. And it's over a 3-day period. So I'm going to start it off by teaching what the pretty house business is all about and where the big money is. And then I've probably got 7 or 8 classes I got to do in this thing. We'll do one on work for equity. We just taped a new course on work for equity. I can't even remember them all. Don't tax this old brain. There's 3 days of them. Free.
That's right, and it's free.
So tell all your friends. Make sure they sign up too. And it's a very good place to send people that are skeptical about the real estate business. It's a very good place, especially when I start at 9 o'clock on the first day, because that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to do wholesaling as well. So if they listen to those 2 sessions, they cannot not believe. Plus, I'm going to have a panel discussion. I'm not having a panel discussion. I've got it mixed up here. But I've got so much in there, I can't even remember what all it's going to consist of. But it's all first class, and probably I'm doing half of it or more.
That's right.
So it's free. So if you sign up and you're not happy, we'll give you triple your money back.
Can't beat that.
That's right.
All right, guys, make sure you go down below and click the link to register.
All right. See you next week.